The other night I watched Win a Game Stands Tall. It's about a high school football coach in at De La Salle High School in California, Northern California. And what really resonated with me was how he used the game of football to teach life lessons. They had a 151 game winning streak, and most people were stuck on their wins and focused on their results. But he was teaching these kids how to be successful in life, how to grow up as men and become more responsible and dependable in life. And it just really hit home with me because I think nowadays uh, a lot of people, majority of society, is caught up in the results and the losing the meaning and the life lessons that come with those results. And what can I learn from this person? How can I grow? And really using the sport rather than letting the sport use us. And that's a huge distinction. And it's taken me a lot of years to understand that. And for example, I used to play tennis when I was younger, and in the 12 and unders, for example, I was just playing because I love to play. I wasn't necessarily, yeah, I love to compete and I love to win, but the real reason why I was playing tennis was because I just love to be out on the court hitting balls. So I was using that sport to gain a meaning um, rather than letting that sport use me. And as I got older, I really got focused on the results and what those were going to do for me. And and I lost my motivation to give what that football coach at De La Salle High School talks about, a perfect effort every day. And I see this in society. I see this on the sports field. I see this in school. I've seen it in every walk of life, that we think that our results are going to make us happy, or going to help us get somewhere and be somebody and do something. But really, it's about maximizing each day, about taking each day and learning and growing from it and using that day rather than letting that day use us. So I highly recommend this movie, When the Game Stands Tall, because it's a great example of a person, an elder, a teacher, a leader, a mentor, a parent, using the experience to teach life lessons rather than letting those experiences determine the way we think about ourselves and about life. And I remember I was coaching the men's tennis team at University of Nevada, and shortly after this book came out, When the Game Stands Tall, and one of my players' fathers, Tony Bullich, his father, who's a lawyer in Sacramento, California, he told me, "You got to read this book, Chad. You got to." And so I remember reading an article about it, looking it up online, but I haven't read the book yet. I plan to. But he said, because you're trying to teach life lessons, and it's not just about hitting forehands and backhands and beating somebody. It's about becoming a better person and using the sport to build character, using each experience in life to give back, to help somebody else. And that really resonates with me. I believe that those people who do that, and creating a society that lives that way, and cultivates that, will be our greatest asset in the future. So check that movie out, When a Game Stands Tall. And thank you to two people, to Tony Bullich Sr. for telling me about that many years ago. That's definitely shaped the way I've coached and who I am as a person. And to Peter Richmond, who mentioned that movie. We were talking about that movie the other day, so I went out and rented it, got it from the library, the public library, and watched it 2 nights ago. And it no doubt will impact who I become and how I coach and how I live my life in the future. So thank you very much to Tony and Peter, and wish you guys a great weekend. All the best.